Most AI models are built in secret, inside the walled gardens of trillion-dollar tech giants. They control the data, the training, and the final weights. But the foundation of the AI economy is too important to be centralized. Today, we are looking at the factory floor of the decentralized AI revolution. This is where foundation models are forged not by one company, but by a global swarm of cooperating intelligence. Welcome to the era of open source pre-training. The bottleneck. Training a large language model used to require thousands of high-end H100 GPUs and millions in capital. If you didn't have the hardware, you didn't have a seat at the table. This hardware monopoly is the biggest threat to AI innovation. It forces developers to rely on a few centralized providers who can censor or shut down access at any moment. But what if we could break those models apart and train them across the entire internet? The IOTA solution. Subnet 9, also known as IOTA by Macrocosmos, is the answer. It's an architecture designed to turn isolated, competing miners into a single, massive, cooperative training unit. Using swarm parallelism, IOTA breaks down the training of frontier-scale models so that even consumer-grade GPUs can contribute. It's not just a subnet. It's a decentralized supercomputer dedicated to building the next generation of open foundation models. What is SN09 IOTA? Developed by the Macrocosmos team, SN9 is the pre-training engine of Bittensor. In 2024, it proved it could train models up to 14 billion parameters that actually beat industry baselines. Now, it has evolved into IOTA, an orchestrated training architecture. It coordinates thousands of miners to work on the same model simultaneously, ensuring that the weights remain open and the rewards are distributed fairly across the network. The real-world problem. Imagine you want to build a massive skyscraper, but you can only do it if you own every crane, every truck, and every worker yourself. This is how AI training works today. It requires a GPU monopoly. If you don't have $100 million for hardware, you can't play. This creates a bottleneck where only 3 or 4 companies in the world control the future of intelligence. It's expensive, it's closed, and it's a massive risk for global innovation. How SN9 addresses it. SN9 solves this by orchestrating the work. Instead of needing one giant supercrane, SN9 uses 10,000 small workers. It breaks the skyscraper, the AI model, into tiny bricks, layers. These bricks are distributed across the network, trained independently, and then perfectly reassembled by the IOTA orchestrator. This removes the GPU bloat requirement, allowing anyone with a decent GPU to contribute and earn rewards for building the foundation of AI. How it works. The beast of SN9 lies in its orchestrator model. The orchestrator assigns specific layers of a model to different miners. These miners process the data and send activations back through the hub. Validators score the work based on throughput and quality using complex butterfly all-reduce mechanisms. This ensures that even if some miners drop offline, the training continues seamlessly. It is a trustless, adversarial, and high-performance training fabric. Uniqueness and specialty. Subnet 9, known as IOTA, is unique because it isn't just renting compute. It is an orchestrated training architecture. Its specialty is model parallelism, the ability to break a massive AI model into small layers and train them across a network of unreliable, heterogeneous home computers. It turns the entire internet into a single unified supercomputer. It's the only place on Earth where a MacBook and an A100 GPU can work together to build a frontier-scale model. Who needs this? The consumers of SN9 are everyone from startups to national governments who want sovereign AI models they own and control. The AI training market is projected to hit $23 billion by 2034, with the foundation model market reaching $125 billion. This isn't just a niche, it's the backbone of the $15 trillion AI revolution. Any company currently paying OpenAI tax is a potential customer for IOTA's open source weights. The competitive edge. Most decentralized compute networks just rent out raw power. SN9 is different because it is task-specific. It is built specifically for the math of pre-training. Compared to the old winner-takes-all model, IOTA uses granular incentives. This means every miner is paid for their actual contribution to the loss reduction of the model. This prevents model hoarding and encourages every participant to contribute their best code and hardware. The competitive landscape. Within Bittensor, SN9 is the undisputed king of pre-training. While other subnets focus on specific outputs like SN1, inference, or SN19, fine-tuning, SN9 is the factory floor where the base models are born. It doesn't compete with them, it feeds them. Outside Bittensor, its rivals are the centralized cloud giants like AWS and Google Cloud. But while they sell you time, SN9 sells you ownership of the model weights. Achievements and performance. SN9 has already proven its power. In 2024, it demonstrated that a decentralized network could pre-train models from 700M up to 14 billion parameters, outperforming industry benchmarks like OpenAI's GPT-2 and Meta's Falcon 7B. Using its new IOTA architecture, it has achieved 128x activation compression, allowing training to happen even over standard internet speeds. It's no longer an experiment. It's a high-performance model factory that beats the baselines. Production and revenue. Is it ready? Yes. The stack graduated to the mainnet in mid-2025 and is currently in its IOTA 2.0 phase. While Bittensor subnets primarily earn through tau emissions, Macrocosmos is building the Macrocosmos app, a training-at-home portal that bridges enterprise demand with the network supply. This turns decentralized compute into a liquid, revenue-generating commodity for the first time. Partnerships and backing. SN9 is driven by Macrocosmos Labs, a premier development house within the ecosystem. They are backed by strategic institutional capital and work closely with the Open Tensor Foundation. Because Bittensor is a fair launch protocol, the VC here is the community and the Yuma Accelerator, ensuring that the project remains focused on decentralization rather than satisfying private shareholders. Roadmap and updates. The future is about scale. The 2026 roadmap targets the expansion of the subnet cap to 256, allowing for massive liquidity. Key updates include 1. Butterfly all reduce for near-instant model merging. 2. Cross-chain compatibility via DTAU. And 3. Global intelligence layer status, where SN9 becomes the primary provider of base model weights for the entire Web3 world. The bull case. SN9 becomes the Linux of AI models, where every open source project starts with an IOTA-trained base. Total disruption of the $125 billion foundation market. If Macrocosmos successfully scales to $70 billion parameter models, it will render centralized training farms obsolete. We are talking about the total democratization of the most valuable resource on Earth, intelligence. The bear case. Decentralized training is hard. If communication latency between global miners causes training to stall, or if centralized clusters H100, B200 drop in price significantly, the economic incentive could weaken. Additionally, validator bottlenecking or model poisoning attacks could threaten the integrity of the weights. This is a high-risk, high-reward battle for the future of the internet. Staking math. IOTA Alpha. Let's do the math. Tau is at $144.31. Staking 5 tau, $721.55, today earns you 0.19 tau per month at 47.65% APY. Currently, SN9 has a market cap of $16 million. If SN9 captures just 5% of its 27 billion pre-training niche, 1.35 billion MC, the token price projects to an 84x increase. Your 0.19 tau monthly reward would then be worth $2,300 per month. You are staking into the factory floor of the future. Mind you, staking rewards are auto-compounding. Subnet 9 is the infrastructure the open source world has been waiting for. It's the factory floor, where the decentralized OpenAI is being built, one layer at a time. With a Cambridge-trained team and a revolutionary training architecture, the IOTA beast is just getting started. Don't just use AI, own the factory that builds it. Buy, stake, chill. Hope you learned something new today. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. Always invest what you can afford to lose. But remember, the biggest risk in this new AI economy is not taking any risk at all. Our intention is to educate you and bring a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Bittensor Tau, directly to your screen. The new age slogan is don't wait to buy Tau. Buy Tau and wait. Join us at Buy Stake Chill. We bring you the real alpha.